And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys, I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, in today's video, as always, here to bring you up to date with all of the latest Rangers news from the last 24 hours. That of course includes what our title reads there. Yes, a bit of transfer news. Yes, in September. Yes, I've not got the dates mixed up or anything like that, but Rangers have offered an official deal to a certain attacking midfielder who is a free agent. So we'll discuss that story, what the player has said, what the chances are of said deal to actually happen, whilst also going over a few other bits and pieces within the Rangers space, as we're currently looking for a new chairman and of course looking for a new CEO. But first, Ali McCoist has hit back over the mention of the penalty to Rangers narrative. The Rangers hero was quick to throw out the nonsense suggestion as TalkSport Adrian Durham cited Rangers when discussing Celtic's win over Hearts. Durham has stated that decisions at Celtic Park on Saturday may well have fallen in the favour of the host, as a penalty was denied for Hearts before one was given after a VAR review for Celtic. Liam Scales escaped punishment after a header looked to have struck his hand in the box close range. No penalty was given and a VAR review was not recommended. In the second half, a cross into the box struck James Penrice on the arm as he looked to block the delivery. A penalty had not initially been awarded, but Colin Stephen pointed onto the spot after being advised to review the incident on the pitch side. Speaking to McCoist, Durham moved on the discussion to Rangers as he cited penalty award statistics, suggesting Rangers are the main beneficiaries of spot kick calls. The broadcaster said, "I do the same about Rangers when they get a penalty as well. Actually, Rangers are traditionally the ones who get the most penalties in the Scottish Premiership." McCoist, though, was having none of it as he threw out the penalty remark. He said, "Don't talk a lot of nonsense, Adrian. We've not had a penalty at Celtic Park in about 7 years. I swear to God, it's ridiculous. And they've had about 7 penalties at Ibrox." Durham had a response of his own, though, as he joked Rangers should try and get into the box against Celtic if they want a penalty decision. He said, "You've got to get into the box to get a penalty." He said, "Maybe Rangers should try doing that at Celtic Park." So yeah, Ali McCoist, of course, chucking out that penalty narrative because it's not true. We don't get penalties. We've been shocking this season in terms of our attacking impetus, hence why we have no penalties. Usually when we're pretty good and we get into the box and create loads of chances, that's where the penalties are created. As for the one on the weekend, blatant penalty to Hearts, but at Celtic Park you don't get given penalties, and VAR, of course, is done by the inside men. So yeah, I mean, I don't expect to get penalties. I mean, the last Old Firm games that we've meant to have penalties, Scottish Cup final, the rest of it, it's outrageous the amount of disallowed goals we've had, VAR going against us. There is no narrative for Rangers. It's all on Celtic. But guys, moving on to some other news, guys, and in fact, I won't keep you waiting. Let's get straight into that sort of transfer news, guys, as reports have stated that Rangers have submitted an official offer for Dutch international Davy Klaassen. However, at this moment in time, has rejected a move. The 31-year-old is currently a free agent after leaving Inter Milan following the Serie A title triumph last season, and the attacking midfielder, whose former clubs include Everton and Werder Bremen, had been on the lookout for a new team since. Eredivisie giants Ajax are another one of his old teams it seems like he wants to hold out for. However, renowned transfer expert Nicola Sharia reports stating that Rangers and Royal Antwerp had submitted a official bid for the players. He basically stated behind the scenes Davy Klaassen has turned down Rangers and Royal Antwerp bids in the last few days as he hangs out and waits for the Ajax move. So Rangers have submitted an official bid. At this moment in time, it is rejected. We'll have to wait and see what happens with regards to the Ajax situation, but ultimately it does seem as though his heart is set on Ajax Amsterdam as things stand. Of course, was a player that had played for a very, very long time, only a year at Inter Milan to be fair to him, but would have been a great player to have in our team. And of course, I think with this three transfer market, I still do think that there's a few more things that we need to address, and we can certainly pick up some bargains, or certainly pick up some decent players in that free transfer bin currently as we are in September. There's a lot of great players without clubs at this moment in time, and for a bit of fun, do you think Davy Klaassen would have been a good signing for us? And also let me know, is there any free transfers that you currently look at that you would potentially want to see the club to try and sign? In other news, guys, it does seem as though Dave King, he's been on everywhere. He's been on TalkSport and all sorts talking about a potential return to Rangers. We brought you yesterday the news, of course, that he was open to the idea, discussing that, he's looking at it being a 2-year project, not a 4 or 5 year project, and wants to come in, basically tidy the boardroom, sweep it aside, and get everything running in a spectacular fashion. Obviously, Rangers fans are fairly split. I did read the comments in the last video. Some fans are for Dave King returning. Actually, to be fair, the vast majority of Rangers fans are for Dave King returning, and then others stating that it's not really for the best interest of the club. It's more in the interest of himself in terms of finances and all this kind of stuff. So again, fans are split on it. I was kind of more under the impression that I would probably take him back because he's kind of proved it before what he's been able to do. But again, I don't want to see too many short-term appointments. I kind of want to have a chairman for the long period of time that's going to be able to guide this football club and get it in ship shape, because we are disastrous off the field and on the field, quite frank, but off the field it's been a circus the last few years. So I don't want people coming and going. However, I would say about Dave King, if he can get the right people in the right places, he's a money man. If you can get the right investors through the door, because we do need that external investment again, ultimately. I thought we would have been self-sustainable after the Europa League final, and ultimately that's the goal to get there. But poor decision after poor decision at boardroom level, whether it be keeping on to players for far too long, not signing players, etc., etc., has kind of held us back a good couple of years. And actually, to be fair, we're a bit closer to our 2018 Rangers team when Steven Gerrard took over than we are, I think, actually to winning the title, or to our 2021 league winning season. So I would be for Dave King at this moment in time, but I'll keep you up to date with all the sort of stuff that comes around with regards to the situation. But he has been here, there and everywhere giving exclusives out. TalkSport yesterday was speaking about him wanting to return, so we'll have to see what happens with regards to that. At this moment in time, John Gilligan is the man who's currently, or John Gilligan, whatever his name is called, is the man who's currently the chairman at this moment in time. But we are still on the lookout for a CEO. So, that's kind of all we've already got for you today, Rangers fans. Again, I actually got mixed up. I thought the Europa League was this week, but it's actually next week. The way that they're kind of doing it, I think it's a Champions League week, then a Europa League week, etc., etc. So we're not back in action in terms of European action this week than I actually thought. But Rangers fans, still let me know your thoughts on everything down there in the comment section below. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time. Take care.